Now, Tyler and Martha did ask me to provide just a couple of framing comments for your day today. First of all, welcome to UNL. Welcome to the conversation that you're going to have today. This is a very, very important conversation that we can't elevate highly enough. I'll just say that first and foremost right up front. You'll remember that about 4 years ago now, I guess, a little more than that actually, 6 years ago to its origin, there was a lot of discussion in the state here about what Nebraska should be doing for planning for dealing with climate change and the impacts of climate change. That conversation was really heavily at the policy level, or it was in the legislature, if you will, talk about what we should or could do to address needs that climate change might bring to the state. And there was a little bit of I'll describe it this way, it was a little bit of a hot potato type of, if you understand the analogy I'm trying to use, feels like, I won't use that analogy, I was gonna say basketball, but I won't do that at the moment. But a little bit of a hot potato because nobody seemed to have the idea of who should do this or who should be looking at this holistically. And fortunately, we were able to, through the course of conversation both with the legislature and with the university, we were able to identify a way that we could address this in looking at the issue for Nebraska. And you'll remember in 2013 when that report was commissioned, that then was published in 2014, Don Wilhite led that effort along with Bob Oglesby and Clint Rao and Deb Bathke, of understanding the impacts of climate change on Nebraska, or assessing those impacts. And that 2014 report, in my mind, has been a really seminal thing for this conversation here in Nebraska, and we're very proud of that. We're very proud of what the authors put together in that report, what the group that brought it together, and there were a lot of people involved, as you'll recall, some in this room, surely, who were involved in bringing that to bear and in launching it in this room next door. Some of you will remember that in September of 2014. You're gonna hear a lot of these statistics, I'm sure, over and over again today in the information sharing that you've got designed here, Tyler. But I just wanna start by just throwing them back out for you, because they point out the importance of this issue and why, as we've described it, it really is one of the grand, wicked challenges that we face at this point in our history. Here's a few summary statistics from that report. Since 1895, a 1-degree increase Fahrenheit in temperature. Frost-free season increasing from 5 to 25 days, depending upon how you estimate it. 16% increase in the Great Plains in heavy precipitation events, so like what we have just seen and been talking about. Projected temperature increases of 4 to 5 degrees under a low emissions scenario, or 8 to 9 degrees in a high emissions scenario by the turn of the next century. Projected 13 to 15 days change in growing season. A number of nights over 70 degrees increasing by 20. Soil moisture content decreasing by 5 to 10%. Reduced snowpack and availability of water resources that are so important to us here in this area. So you get it. You get the gravity of the challenge that is there. So I want to just applaud you today. Thank you for your interest in this topic. Thank the Climate Center, thank Nebraska Extension, thank the Northern Plains Climate Hub for you bringing together this conversation and continuing to share information and how we can address this issue moving forward. Welcome to UNL. I hope you have a great day. Tyler.